IELTS preparation and practice. The listening test. About the listening test. All candidates, both academic and general training modules, do the same listening test, but the version or questions differs according to the test date. The listening test is recorded on a CD. The recording is played only once. A range of English accents is used in the recordings to cater for the international usage of English. There are 4 sections of 10 questions each, making 40 questions in total. Each of the 4 sections is a similar length. Each section is more difficult than the previous one. The IELTS test score. 1 mark is awarded for each question, giving a total score out of 40. The total listening test score is converted to a band score from 1 to 9. Scores are reported in whole on half bands, for example, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, and so on. There is no pass or fail. A score of 31 to 40 should be acceptable for postgraduate studies and for membership of an recognition by certain professional bodies. A score of 26 to 30 will probably be an acceptable score for most institutions and purposes, although a higher score may sometimes be required. A score of 15 to 25 may not be an acceptable score, so you may need to spend more time practicing before you take the test again. A score of 0 to 14 is unlikely to be an acceptable score, so you will have to spend a lot more time improving your listening skills in English. The following guide may help you determine your English level. Band 9, Expert User. Band 8, Very Good User. Band 7, Good User. Band 6, Competent User. Band 5, Modest User. Band 4, Limited User. Band 3, Extremely Limited User. Band 2, Intermittent User. Band 1, Non-User. The sections of the listening test. The first 2 sections, 1 and 2, are concerned with social situations or everyday events. Section 1 is a conversation between 2 speakers about things like accommodation and shopping. Section 2 is a monologue or short talk, giving practical information for daily living. The final 2 sections, 3 and 4, are concerned with situations related more closely to educational and training contexts, like a student assignment or a lecture. All the topics are of general academic interest, and it makes no difference what subjects you're studying. Section 3 is a conversation, usually between 2 people, but can be up to 4 people. Section 4 is a monologue or lecture. Question types. A variety of possible question types are used for the listening test. Multiple choice, short answer, up to 3 words. Sentence completion, no more than 3 words. Completing a form, notes, a table, a summary, or a flowchart. Labeling a diagram, plan or map. Matching, like information with pictures or lettered items in a list. The day of the test. On the day of the test, you will do the listening module first. The examiner will give you an answer sheet, read you the instructions for the listening procedure, give you the IELTS listening test question booklet. The test takes 30 minutes. After the test, another 10 minutes are allocated to transfer answers from the question booklet to an answer sheet. During the test, some time is given for you to read the questions before listening to each section. It is very important to read the relevant questions during this time. You need to write the answers directly in the question booklet as you listen. The questions follow the same sequence as the information in the test section. Skills and strategies. There are 4 main skills you will need to use in the IELTS listening test. Number 1. Understanding the instructions. 2. Previewing and predicting. 3. Listening for specific information. 4. Checking and rewriting. Number 1. Understanding the instructions. Instructions are both written on the question paper and spoken on the recording. Read and listen to every word in the instructions very carefully and make sure that you follow them exactly. The written instructions in the listening booklet are always given in italics. Important aspects of the instructions are also in bold italic capitals. The instructions depend on the type of question. If you familiarize yourself with the various types of instructions beforehand, you will be more likely to follow them properly in the test. You may be asked to circle the letter or letters. Write a word, words or a number. Complete a sentence with no more than 3 words or a number. Complete missing information in a table, summary, notes, or a flowchart. Number 2. Previewing and predicting. An announcer will briefly outline the topic, who is talking, and the situation. Listen carefully, as this will help you to preview the questions. Before the recording begins, you will be given 30 seconds to read and become familiar with the questions. Use this time efficiently so that you can prepare yourself to listen for the information you need. Here are some hints for previewing and predicting. Study the questions and try to predict what type of answer is required. For example, a date, a name, or a number, or the grammar form it will take. Check the differences between similar looking answers. Look for minor details such as different or omitted words. Try to stay at least 2 questions ahead of the information on the recording. This way you will be less likely to miss a question and get lost. 3. Listening for specific information. Use of previewing and predicting skills will help you listen for the specific information you need to answer the questions in the listening module. Listening for keywords and common connected words often helps to signal the specific information that you need to answer the question. Make sure that while you're actually writing your answers, you continue to listen to the recording, as there will not be a second opportunity to hear it. And the last one, number 4, checking and rewriting. Sections are usually divided into 2 parts. Use the 20 seconds in between to check your answers. You're given about 30 seconds after each section to check your answers. Check that all your answers match the instructions. Make sure that you have answered every question. Marks are not deducted for incorrect answers, so if you are unsure, you should guess by writing down what you think is the most likely answer. Make sure that you have included only what is asked for in the answer. At the end of the listening test, you're given 10 minutes to transfer your answers from the questions booklet to the answer sheet. Be especially careful when transferring answers from tables and diagrams, as sometimes the items are not ordered. Make sure that the number on the question paper corresponds with the number on the answer sheet. Scan your answers to ensure that you have transferred them correctly. Make sure your answers are clearly written. Understanding the listening test booklet. It is important to be able to quickly identify the different parts of the listening test booklet. 2 font styles are used to help you distinguish between the instructions and the questions. Distinguishing properly and quickly between instructions and questions will save you reading time. Instructions. The instruction words are always in italics. Important parts of the instructions are also in bold italic capitals. Questions. They are in regular font and they are clearly numbered.